Yep. Okay. So, have you had a vaccine ever?
Yes, I have had vaccines.
Okay. And are you going to be vaccinating your kids for anything?
I have not vaccinated my children. I have two children. One's
Yeah.
4.5, one's
Yeah.
17 months old. I haven't vaccinated them with any vaccinations so far. Um, we've been discussing the options with a naturopathic doctor and our physician and trying to figure out what's best. I'd like to probably do the tetanus shot, probably on its own, because um, but I can't find it on its own right now. It's only coming in with the diphtheria or the pertussis vaccination. And I'm really worried about the pertussis vaccination because when you look at all the newspaper reports and everything, and there's always an outbreak of pertussis, the children who are inevitably, 100% of the children are vaccinated because one of the side effects of a pertussis vaccination is pertussis. So obviously I'm concerned about that one. The measles, mumps, rubella vaccination, I feel like the cons outweigh the pros, so we haven't done that one. The new ones that they have with the chicken pox and the meningitis, I still feel like the risks of having the disease outweighs the risks of them potentially dying from, the risk of the vaccination is more than the risk of them dying from the disease, because I think they have an inherent healing ability, the children, so anyway.
Sure.
That's it.
And can I ask, like, where's the main source of information for you about vaccines?
I collect information from everywhere. I go to newspapers, I'll go on PubMed, I will speak to different people in different fields, like the complementary health field as well as the mainstream, and discuss like the pros and cons, because I'm not against the vaccinations, but there's things that I want to weigh before I put my children at risk at putting in like there's 36 vaccinations that go into a child before the age of 18. Hep B is given right at birth. Well, Hep B, the risk of Hep B happens through IV transmission and sex and through, like kind of dangerous behaviors, or you're born with it, and if the mother's already infected with it, then I understand that you want to protect your child, you take the Hep B vaccination. But putting my newborn, whose immune system isn't fully developed yet, and putting a Hep B shot into them right at birth is really concerning, because they've actually shown that the antibodies in a child are higher and different for a longer period of time in a newborn than it is in a child who is fully developed immune system. Around 7, when the immune system is fully developed, discuss it with me. But the problem is that they're asking us to do this very heavy-duty schedule that we haven't really thought about. We don't know the long-term effects of, and I don't want my kids to be the the case of the tetra, what do you call it? I can't. The child with the children the mothers who took the vaccination and they had the little arms. What's it called? It was something given to women during pregnancies, totally safe, but it turned out to be rather dangerous, and birth defects and things like that. So, I'm not trying to be totally like, oh my God, I don't want to do it, but at the same time, I want to be smart about what I'm doing. And it doesn't sound like it's smart. It sounds like the agenda is we get them in, and everybody's going to come in for a well baby visit, so let's get all the shots in right now. And you know what? Honestly, if we're going to think about these things, like, we can put them out over time if you really want to do it in a healthy way. It doesn't make sense to. Diseases don't happen. You don't get chicken pox and measles at the same time. So why are they putting those into you at the same time? Those kinds of questions. I don't know if this. Anyway, that's.